everyone, and welcome to Beyond Focus TV. My name is Angie Daniel, and I am your hostess. Tonight, I am honored, and I'll use the word honored very, very provocatively, and in the sense that I would love to introduce to you this council member, Dr. Eugene Mathieu. He's the first Haitian-born elected official in the state of New York. We have a great conversation that we started earlier that I would love for you to participate in. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. I'll introduce you to him. Welcome back. As I said to you earlier, I am going to introduce to you our councilman, Eugene Mathieu. Welcome, sir. How are you?
I'm very good, Angie. I'm very delighted to be with you.
I am extremely excited for inviting you here. We've started a conversation earlier, kind of like clearing up the air. My thoughts and my views. And I think the public would like to know a few things about you, because I think a lot of time people see you, but they don't know a bit of your background. So tonight would be a way for us to start. So can you tell us a little bit about your personal life first?
Usually I don't like to talk about myself, but just to answer your question, I want to say that, I'm Haitian American, and I was born and raised in Haiti. And you just said that, and I feel blessed and fortunate, and I'm humbled to do that, to say that. And I insist, and I'm saying that with a sense of humility. I'm blessed and fortunate to be the first Haitian American to be elected to the city council. And I'm grateful also, not only to my Haitian brothers and sisters, yes. I'm grateful to everyone, my brothers and sisters from all the communities who have been supportive, very supportive to me, and who play a very, very important role for me to be elected as a city council member. And I'm also a medical doctor by training.
Yes.
And let me tell you, before I was elected, I spent about 17, probably more than 17 years of my life serving the community.
Yeah, I'm going to bring that up. Because I wanted to kind of like get people to understand you as a person. I've seen you in so many different places. And I have a friend of mine, her name is Kat, and I usually joke about how you would say, first Haitian born, elected. Then we would laugh about it. Until tonight, when I was preparing for this, I didn't understand it. I didn't take it into depth of what it meant to be a Haitian born elected. You are not an American born of Haitian descent. You are Haitian born elected. And it kind of hit me as to what made the difference. It made me very hopeful. It kind of created a humbleness within me. And when I say to you, I'm honored, I'm not only honored because I'm sitting here with you, because it would be a cliche to say that. It's more of like how you inspire differences. And per our conversation, I've learned that, you are more than that. You are a well-educated man who've devoted, you studied in Belgium, Dominican Republic, Mexico, and have a medical degree. But you forfeit all of that to serve the community. We know a lot of humble doctors, but they would not forfeit that to serve a community. So my first question to you, really, just to start, is how do you make the transition of being a medical doctor and to politics and to become the person that you are today?
Good question. Let me tell you honestly, Angie, I didn't have any intent to go to politics.
I know.
Because
From your background, yes, I can see that.
Forced. People were asking me, they were saying, Matthew, you have to run for office. I said, no, I don't want to. But finally, when I decided to, and by the grace of God, I was elected, not only one time,
yes,
several times.
Yes.
But I can say this is a privilege, this is a blessing also, because I'm in the position to make a bigger difference in the life of people. I used to serve the community, but I have more opportunities, more resources to help people.
Yeah.
And believe me, because I'm an elected official, because I'm a city council member, I was able to touch the life of the children, the senior citizen, the patients. I say patient, I'm talking about the sick people.
Yes, yes.
So, but I think it is a blessing to be an elected official. It is not easy.
Yeah.
Because when you serve as an elected official, The time doesn't belong to you anymore. You don't have time for yourself. You don't have time for your family.
I'm going to question you about that because, like I said to you
So
earlier, I've seen you in so many different places and different things. One of my questions for you is that I always question myself at the end of every day. What do you think is your impact on the community, or how has the community impacted your life so far?
You know, I could say both.
Okay.
Because let me say that because I've been serving the community, you know, the community, the people in the community gave me the opportunity to make a difference in their life.
Mm-hmm.
And the people in the community also made a difference in my life. You know, and I think that what motivates me
Mm-hmm.
is the trust of the people in the community. When I said that, you know, I don't want to go to politics. You know, I don't believe this. But I say, you have to go. We want you there. And I remember Father Weber,
Mm-hmm.
the father of Holy Innocent Church.
Yes, I know.
And I was the president of the church at that time. Father Weber came to me and said that, Matthew, you are going to be an elected official. I said, Father Weber, what are you talking about? I don't want to. He said, no, the people are going to put you there. So, you know, I think that God had another vision for me. For me, it is another call.
Yeah.
And I am so pleased to have the privilege to serve. Not only to serve the people, to serve the great city of New York, to serve the United States of America.
How great
you know,
is that?
Which is home to so many of us.
Yes, yes. You know, you just said it. You find your calling. And in us, as people, we all have a calling. And you started with the youth. Because I've noticed like everything that you do is pretty much with upbringing the youth. How interesting or how important do you think shaping up their lives will be to our future?
Let me tell you, I had the privilege to meet with Senator John Kerry when he was running for president. And he called me, he asked me, he told me, Dr. Matthew, I was told that if I have to come to New York City, I have to contact you. And I want to invite you to be one of the guest speakers for my event in New York. And I remember, you know, when he was speaking to the audience, he said that the young people made a difference in his life. And he made a difference in the life of the young people too. I could say the same thing. For me, the youth, or the young people, they are the future of this nation.
Yes.
They're the future of the society. When you have a young person, you don't know who or what is going to be tomorrow.
Yes.
And I believe that we as a society, the best investment that we can do as a society,
I'll say amen to that,
is the investment in the life and the education of the young people.
Yeah.
But also I believe that we, as a society, we have the obligation also to provide the young people with the best opportunities. If we can, every time when we turn on the TV,
yes,
we see that bad images about the young people. But I do believe if we provide the young people with the right opportunities, we can detail them from the negative path and set them to the world of success and self-empowerment. That's what I believe in, and that's what
that's one of the things I know you're working on.
That's what motivated me to open my organization.
Yeah.
A non-for-profit organization that has been serving the young people in the community for so many years. And I do remember when I was after a championship, I was supposed to give the trophies to the winners. And one of the young boys said, give me the microphone, I want to say something.
Wow.
And I have it in tape. He said, Dr. Matthew, I want to thank you for what you are doing for us. And he said that a troubled kid like myself, if I was not in the basketball program, I would be in jail.
So you see the impact. I think it's interesting that we, you know, as adults, we've so far made this impact. I need to take a break because I have a serious question that I want to ask you.
All right.
But before I do that, I want to kind of like take a break, and we'll be right back because I have this question that I asked you just on the youth program that you are hosting so far. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back. welcome back. I'm not sure if you were joining us earlier, but I am right here with Councilman Dr. Eugene Matthews. We were having a sincere conversation about our youth and the impact that we have in our lives and the impact that they have in our lives and what we've made so far in terms of circumstances changes. You were making a point before I cut you off to take a break, so I'd like for you to finish before I ask you my question.
No, what I was saying is that, as we speak, there are so many young people who are today young professionals.
Yes.
They have been in my program, yes.
Yes.
I have young people who are today, they are attorneys, they are in medical school, they are teachers. And believe me, the greatest gift or reward that I can have is when I meet some of the young people and they ask me, Dr. Matthew, you don't remember me? I say, yeah, I do remember you. What you doing now? I'm working for the government.
That's it.
I'm a teacher. I'm a medical school. So that means I do believe that if we take the time to mentor those young people, we can decrease the violence.
Yes.
And also we can make the community better.
Yes.
And we can shape, this country, and we can make the entire country, the entire society, the entire community where we are living a better community.
When I was speaking about the youth earlier, I volunteer and I try to talk to a lot of young people and part of this organization that I'm about to join, and one of the things that he, the director of the program says to me is that what we are aiming for is creating a better system for our youth, creating a way where young people will have a source to either give or to take from. And I've always said this. When I came here, I was very much a lot younger than most, and my parents were not here. But my father had this extreme impact on me where he trusted me. That's the one thing that he says to me. He trusted me. And to know better, to do better, to live a better life, to do certain things by him according to what he believed in. I know within the community, I don't want to diverge, but this is not all that you do. You do a lot more within the community. And one of the things that you do is providing ways for people to find a way to diverge, for kids to go somewhere and then where they can play. I know you're working on a project. Can you tell me a little bit about that project, please?
Oh, yes. It is the Parkside Playground. Let me tell you that I love parks.
Okay.
Because I'm a master in martial art also.
I saw that.
I used to practice.
You used to practice with my daughter.
Martial art. Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, really? Okay. I used to practice martial art. But martial art gave you self-esteem, self-confidence. And also, I used to go to the mountain, when I was in Haiti, and to the park also, to meditate and to use my time to go to my inner self, inside myself, and to elevate my spirit. But in New York City, what we see, we don't have enough. People don't practice. They don't do enough activities. That the reason you have obesity, the child obesity, and all the disease. But I was in my office. One of the reporters called and said that, Council Member Mathieu Eugene, in your district, people don't have enough park. What you are doing for that? And I said that, I'm going to create a new park at PS 92. A place where the children can go and be in the safe place and practice sport, be active, and a place also where the parents, the people in the community can go to spend time. And also, I want to make sure that the children don't stay in the street. They are going to have basketball courts and many other games, and they will be able also to use many other games. This park is going to be exactly at PS 92, which is on
Parkside,
Winthrop, between Rogers Avenue and Bedford Avenue. And I was able to secure, close to $3 million.
That's a lot.
Recreation Department.
People are talking about this like this is huge. for Brooklyn in itself to have a park that so far we have selected. And it's going to be ready when?
By the summer.
By the summer.
And we want to see that water water fountain and flowers, and it's going to be a beautiful thing.
It's going to be a beautiful thing. Okay, I'm looking forward to it. One of the things that I wanted to mention to you earlier is about the park is how do you decide where to build the park? How does the decision
That's
make
a good
it?
question. I was looking for places where to put it, and I don't remember who called me and said, you know what, there's a big space close to PS 92.
Okay.
And right away I went to visit, and I saw this is it, and I called the commissioner. I said, Commissioner, we have a place.
Okay.
And after that, we went to see the place together, and then we decided that was going to be the place for the new playground.
So I don't know about everybody else, but I know I have a few questions about the councilman. Like, how does that job, like, what's your day like? What's your regular day involved in terms of decision making besides the park? I want to have an idea of, because like I said to you earlier, I see you in so many different events, so many different times a day. How do you create your schedule?
You know, as I told you, I love it, and I feel blessed and fortunate, but at the same token, it's very difficult, especially now, to be an elected official.
Okay.
But I remember before I was elected, I used to play with my children. As a matter of fact, I told you that I'm a master in martial art. I used to train my children.
Okay.
My daughter and my son. But now, I don't have time for my children.
Okay.
When I come home, they are sleeping. When I have to go, they're still sleeping.
Wow.
So that means being a public servant, requires a lot of time, a lot of devotion.
Yes.
But it is a blessing also to be able to do it.
Okay.
For example, let me say, you have to go to your office. I have 2 offices, one in Brooklyn and one in Manhattan.
Okay.
You have to go to meetings. You have to go to activities. You are invited everywhere. Everyone wants you to be there.
Okay.
But thank God, I'm healthy, and I love doing it.
That's good.
And I appreciate the opportunity and the privilege to serve. And I will continue to do that as long as God allows me to do it.
Okay. I have to take a short break, and I want to continue this conversation because I love the flow of how I'm getting your opinion on how things are working within the councilman's office for now. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back.
I, Mathieu Eugene,
do
solemnly swear
that
I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
and the Constitution of the State of New York
and the Constitution of the State of New York
and the Charter of the City of New York,
and the Charter of the City of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of
the duty of the office of
council member
in
the 40th District,
the 40th District,
Borough of Brooklyn,
of the
County
City
of Kings, of the City of New York,
of the City of New York,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Councilmember Eugene, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Now you are the
Thank you.
council member.
Okay.
My brothers and sisters, thank you very much to all of you. Thank you.
Hi, and welcome back to my session with Dr. Eugene Matthews, councilman, first Haitian-born councilman of New York City. To continue our conversation, we were talking about the impact of youth within the community and how you've created to secure $3 million to create a park for the community in itself, in Brooklyn. I know that you believe in education. And I also know I've seen you in so many places when we talk about health. Can you tell me how involved are you, first, within the education system of Brooklyn? How is that impacting? Because, as you know, there's a whole lot of teachers that are being laid off, and a whole lot is happening within that sector. Your views on that?
You know, indeed, I believe in education. As a matter of fact, before I went to medical school, I was teaching
Really?
in Haiti.
Oh.
I was a teacher also. And I do believe that education is the key to open all the doors to all success. If I am a city council member today in the great city of New York, it is first by the grace of God, but it is also because of education.
Education, yes.
And I've been before I was elected, I've been doing everything that I can do to provide to the young people the opportunities to get a good education through my organization. But now, as an education, as a New York City Council member, I'm a strong advocate for education.
Okay.
I've been always in the City Council fighting to ensure that the school receive the resources that they need to provide the best education to our
I'd like
children.
for you to repeat that, because the resources that we know, it's one of those things that people who believe that the community, Brooklynites, for example, are not receiving as much. I'd love for you to repeat that and explain to me, because there's the level of books that it's not a secret. Everybody talks about it. What Brooklyn receives, what Manhattan receives, like how the difference.
Let me tell you, as a City Council member, when we are going through the budget negotiation, one of the things that I usually do is fighting to get the Brooklyn its fair share. I want people in the community, I want the school in my district, the school in Brooklyn, receive the resources that they need, because without resources they won't be able to give the right education to our children.
Exactly.
Let me tell you, for example, all the school in my district, all of them have received funding from my budget for computer labs, state-of-the-art computer lab.
That's necessary.
And also with smart screen. And they have received also funding for after-school program, art, music, and sport, and also tutoring, and
library books,
and also to create more structures to make the school more suitable for the better education for the children. But also I have to mention that I've been fighting to protect the jobs of about 8,000 teachers. They were supposed to be laid off.
Wow.
I was there fighting very hard to protect their jobs with the union and with my other colleagues.
Yeah. I remember that the time that a whole negotiation was happening. It's one of the things that I'm very afraid of. And as a Brooklynite, you talk about it. You talk about the education. And then what I was trying to explain to my girlfriends the other day is that if you're a kid, fortunately, if you're fortunate enough to send you think you're fortunate enough to send your kid to private school, but guess what? At the end of the day, that public school child is going to meet.
Absolutely.
You understand? So you want to make that difference, and the only way we can make a difference is by voting. The only way we can change certain things is by understanding the reason why we have people like yourself fighting for us. And I don't want to take too much time in that. I just wanted to brush it up a bit. So let's talk about health. I'm very interested in that. Your position on health.
As a medical doctor also, I do believe in health, because I believe that health is the most precious asset that we have.
Yes.
The most precious gift that we receive from God. Even if you have money, you have power, you have beauty, they don't count.
They don't count
if you don't have health.
Yeah.
That the reason also I've been a strong advocate for health, and I've been able to secure a lot of money for the hospital in my district. For example, Downside Medical Center, Kings County Hospital, and also Maimonides Hospital. And just so to mention one, a very special funding that I gave to Kings County. I gave to Kings County funding to buy a very important linear radiation machine to treat cancer.
Yes.
This is very important.
Very important.
Just imagine people in Brooklyn, they are going to have the opportunity to get the treatment for the cancer right here in Brooklyn.
Yes.
State of the art.
Yes,
machine.
I've been there.
This is very important.
Yeah.
Because we know that Kings County is one of the great or best hospitals that we have, where people, regardless of their ability to pay
or
and
not,
regardless also of the immigration status,
yes,
they go there to receive medical services. And we elected officials, we as a society, we have the obligation to ensure that the people receive the best quality of healthcare.
But even before we even get to the cancer part, let's just say, like, one of the things that I'm a great advocate for is for us to talk about certain things like high blood pressure, how we can eliminate that, diabetes, how we can eliminate all of these things. And I'm not a nurse or a doctor, but I believe I work within a facility, and I see what affects people's lives, and I see what we can do to prevent certain things from happening. So I applaud you for helping out. I love that center, by the way, the Cancer Care Center. We are working towards getting people to do better. And, like, we are involving the community itself, people like yourself, people like myself, doctors and nurses, just so we could create a better life for our system. So
let me just piggyback on one thing that you said that is very important. For me and for many of the doctors, the best medicine is prevention.
Prevention, yes.
We have to ensure that the people, they can receive information,
yes,
and also screening on time before the disease become worse.
Yeah.
And that the reason also, even before I was an elected official, I was hosting medical symposium, a medical health fair for the people to come and to have vital information to protect their health.
Yes. We're running out of time, but I wanted to, 2013 is coming up. I know we don't have a lot of time, but we just wanted to, what's your opinion? What are you going to do? What's your future plans?
In terms of...
running after 2013.
After 2013, you know what? God is in charge.
God is in charge.
And I leave it to God.
Okay. I love this. I love this. And we've run out of time. We don't have enough time because I had a lot more thoughts and questions for you. Beforehand, I want to say thank you for coming.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
for participating. It was a pleasure being with you.
It's my pleasure, and you've cleared a whole lot for me.
Thank you so much.
So I want to say thank you for that. This is the end of our show. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked everything that we've talked about. I've shared a lot. I've learned a lot. I hope to see you next Tuesday, same place, same time. Bye. See you then.